Shalom. Welcome to Word Pictures in Ancient Hebrew. In this video series, we will be going through words found in the Old Testament of the Bible, and we will transpose those from the spelling of modern English and modern Hebrew to an alphabet that was used in ancient times, maybe referred to as Ancient Hebrew or Paleo Hebrew. As we do that, we will discover that words take on a little different meaning than we are normally accustomed to. The languages we speak today, especially English, the Western languages, are phonetic in nature. We simply put letters together that have sounds, make a word, and that sound represents something. Not so in ancient times. In ancient Hebrew, each letter was a picture. And as those pictures were put together to form a word, they formed a pictograph, and that pictograph told a story. Therefore, we're going to find that we will be able to see word pictures in the ancient Hebrew that we transpose these words into. The prophet Zephaniah recorded these words, "For then I will restore to the peoples a pure language, that they all may call on the name of the Lord, to serve him with one accord." Just as it was before the time of the Tower of Babel, it will be again, that God will provide for us as a people on this planet one language that we'll be able to speak. It will be from his heart. And because we will have one language, we will all be able to understand not only what he is saying, but what is expected. We'll be able to follow him. And as we do that, we'll discover that the words we use will be special to us. They will be more full. They will have much more meaning than they have ever had to us in the past. Let's take a look at a couple of words in the Ancient and Paleo Hebrew, and we will see how that works. The first word we're going to look at is father, Ab. It's spelled with two letters. In the modern Hebrew, as you see on the chart, the Aleph and the Bet. They're the first two letters of the Hebrew language. The Aleph is the first letter, the Bet being the second. Hebrew's always read from right to left, and so as we begin to transpose those into ancient Hebrew symbols, we'll see that the Aleph looks similar to the head of an ox, and the Bet takes on the picture of a tent, a floor plan of a tent. Those have meaning. The Aleph means strength, leader, or first. And of course, the tent means tent, home, inside. And so as we see those letters, we begin to think about concepts, not just sounds. And as we put those concepts together, we discover that father, Av, means the strong one of the tent, or the strong one of the home. Of course, there's an endearing term for this word, and that is Abba. So if we were in Israel today, and we saw little children running up to their father, that's how they would address him, Abba, Abba, Abba. What a beautiful picture that we get from this word as we begin to discover that the letters themselves tell us the story. The second word we'd like to look at today is mother. Mother is also a two-letter word, and once again, reading from right to left, we're going to use the Aleph as the first letter. The second letter, however, will be different. It's an M, and therefore mother is pronounced M, M. And as you can see from the pictures, the Aleph, once again, represents the head of the ox, and the Mem represents water. It looks similar to our modern M, and that may very well be where that letter came from. However, in ancient times, the Mem signified waves of water, waves upon the water. Now, to an ancient and Bedouin type people, that would have a much different meaning than you and I have today. The ox head obviously portrayed the strength, but the water, on the other hand, would have been an idea that would have given them the concept of chaos or of massiveness. Because when they found a body of water, especially a large one like the Mediterranean Sea or the Dead Sea or the Sea of Galilee, and the wind and the waves began to come up, they would have seen all that crashing on the shore, and it would be so much different from the lifestyle from what they were comfortable with. The second thing water would signify to that type of people in that culture would be life, because you see, the main resource they had to discover anytime they moved from one place to another to reestablish a place for their herds and to find a place that they could begin to continue to make a living for themselves would be water. And water would be so critical and so important. And so because of these meanings, we discover that the word M for mother, M, is the strong giver of life, or the strong water, some would say. Now, for you and I, that may seem a little strange. However, if we lived in that culture, if we lived in that setting, we would soon discover that that's the perfect definition of mother. She certainly is the strong giver of life, just as father is the strong one of the tent. Mother is the one that brings life to the tent. She brings life to the tent not only through childbearing, and by the way, there's a natural thought of water just in the childbearing process, but she also brings life to the tent because she's the one that holds it together. She's the one that keeps the day-to-day things happening in the tent that sustain life. Two beautiful words in the Hebrew, father and mother, Ab and Em, Abba and Emma, if you're affectionate with those terms. Well, I hope you have enjoyed these two word pictures that we've had in ancient Hebrew, and I believe if you will continue to join me, you will discover that there will be some exciting words, thoughts, ideas, concepts, and pictures that you will see as we unfold more biblical words into word pictures in ancient Hebrew. So until the next time, shalom.